Welcome back. Let's talk data. Now look, if you're not a data person, I totally get it. I didn't used to be either. But it wasn't until I actually got into marketing and started delving into the data that I could figure out what all this really meant and why it even really mattered. Data and data privacy. Obviously, it's a huge thing. It's been a thorn in the sides of those in the marketing area for a long time for two reasons. One is because to effectively market, for brands to effectively market, for anyone to effectively market an idea, you need an audience. And to know who you need to point that marketing towards, you need data, some kind of data, user metrics, if you will. And the problem we've been running into is we need data to have an audience to market effectively, so we're not wasting our money or wasting our clients' money. But also this kind of seedy, I don't even want to call them marketers, who are out there selling data. Like I get emails all the time like, do you like a list of people who are in this industry? No, I don't work that way. And a lot of us, I'll just call us ethical marketers, we don't work that way either. That snake oil group that's giving those like myself and others I work with a bad rap. I kind of want to get into going into 2023, what kind of data you should be keeping your eye on and what data is going away, because that's very important. If you don't know what data is going away, you're going to be in a real shitstorm if you don't plan right now to adapt to what's coming. There's a few things you need to know, but the first one is the difference between first-party data and third-party data. Don't glaze over, just stick with me for a second, okay? Third-party data, if you're using Google Ads or you're using Facebook ads, it's just two areas. They have been running up to this point on third-party data. If you go into Facebook and you say, my name is Matt, I am 40 years old, and I live in Tennessee. These are just things where it goes, okay, these are a few things I can pinpoint about this person. And then if someone's going to be marketing a concert in Tennessee, maybe I'll pop up in my Facebook ads, that kind of stuff. That's third-party data. It's a hub for data that everyone has been diving into and to target their ads. Google Ads, same thing. Usually bidding on PPC or bidding on keywords, that kind of stuff. Third party is not data. This is data that you own. This is data somebody else owns, i.e. Google or Facebook. And that's going away because Google cookies are going away. If you don't know what a cookie is, basically if you go to a site and it's got the little pop-up that says, can we track what you're doing? Basically what it's saying. And we always say no. A cookie is basically a little tracker that's going to be tracking where you're going, what you're clicking on, because Google's trying to figure out what you like. And that's what advertisers have been using to be able to target folks like you and me. Now, generally, because I'm in the industry, I don't see a huge problem with it because I know that there are limits to the kind of data that we're going to be able to collect. Not collect, utilize. It's nothing we actually can download and use and that's ours. It's just a bank that we can tap into to actually targeting people who want to hear what we have to say or what our clients have to say at the right time in the right place. That's basically it. And I think that there's a big fear of people think that marketers are just downloading obscene amounts of data on them, and we can't do that. Sorry. Facebook side, similar story. If you don't know about the whole Apple iOS debacle when Apple 14.5 hit, it basically prompted iPhone users, not Android users, with a preemptive prompts basically saying, do you want Facebook to be able to track what you're doing? And I believe it was like 84% said no. What that meant was 86% of an entire audience, all iPhone users, that the data got cut off at the knees. From a consumer standpoint, great, you can't track my data. Totally get that. I'm a consumer, I get that too. But here's the thing, as a customer, now what you're gonna be getting are ads that are targeted to anybody and everybody that have nothing to do with you. So over the last 6 months or so, if you're going, why am I getting ads for luggage? I'm not going anywhere. That's one of the reasons why, is because especially if you're on an iPhone, is you're gonna be getting ads that are not targeted for stuff that you actually use or that you actually want. Why am I rattling on about all this stuff? The data tells two different stories. Three stats that are very interesting. These are from consumers. 73% expect companies to understand their unique needs and experiences. 62% expect companies to anticipate their needs. 56% say, I expect offers to always be personalized. Customers saying, yeah, I don't want brands and companies to reach out to me with a bunch of BS that doesn't apply to me. Totally get that. I'm one of those people. I'm deleting ads off my Instagram feed all the time. Now, on the flip side, 45% are uncomfortable sharing any information at all. These data points, gender, zip code, email address, date of birth, affinity, interests, and the list goes on. The percentage of people who are willing to wanted to give this information, under 50%. The highest one was gender and zip code. Those were 40 and 49%. Point being, we want to have it both ways. We want any advertising that touches us to be very personalized, but yet we don't want to give away any information in order to have it be personalized. So there's a yin and a yang that we have to figure out here. And as marketers, we're in the middle. We're trying to provide the best we can for our clients, but our clients can only get X amount of information. There are a couple things you can do as a brand or as a marketer in order to be able to move into 2023, 2024, future-proof what you're trying to do. First-party data is basically any data that you own. That's yours. So if someone comes to your website and they make a purchase, typically you'll have, you have a shipping address, you'll have a name, you might have a gender, don't know, an email address, a phone number, these basic things. So that's information that's first party that you, for all intents and purposes, own. That's your client list. No other brand has it. Those are your clients. So that's the kind of information you can send out email newsletters with and promotions. And you can use that first party data in your Facebook campaigns. So you can upload that email list and create lookalike campaigns that are more direct as to the kind of customers that you want. Google, you can do the same thing. We typically call that offline conversion tracking. You're basically offloading that list of information and you upload it into your Google Ads. And you're more or less telling Google Ads, hey, people like this that bought my stuff, I want more people like that. Go find them. And this is the kind of thing that's going to happen because unless we're going to be creating our own ad platforms, we're going to be having to feed the data into these platforms to make them more effective. As marketers and as businesses, you need to be ethical with the content that you are collecting. Customers that exchange information, they're exchanging it for value, and they're exchanging it for the affinity with your brand. A couple places you can get this data, by the way. Your CRM. If you don't know what a CRM is, Google it. But your CRM, basically all of your customer data is in one bank. If you're using an e-commerce platform, Shopify, WooCommerce, you can get the actual conversion information, but you can offload that and use that as well. All of this to say, if you have been very cavalier with actually tracking your conversions firsthand, your first-party data, you better do it right now. I don't know how much longer this is going to go on. Just know that as marketers, good marketers, we don't want to use or abuse any data at all. But we also don't want to be putting any messages in front of anyone who just straight up don't want it, don't need it. The only way to do that is to find a happy medium between being ethical with the kind of data that we need access to, just the very basics, and then abusing that data. I don't know about you, but I get SMS text messages up the wazoo for things I've never opted into, and that's where data is being sold, which is where these marketers can just suck it as far as I'm concerned. Anywho, that being said, marketing data in 2023, third-party data is going to get more and more scarce. Focus on your first-party data that you can get from your CRM or from your e-commerce platform, and be prepared to use that data in places like Facebook or lookalike audiences, or to upload your offline conversion tracking into Google Ads, hone in your targeting there as well. I hope this was somewhat enlightening for some of you, and we'll see you on the next one. But until then, bye-bye.